hailing from southern Alberta, Canada, weighing in at more than he cares to admit. Your pilot, your captain, Mr. Elron Steele.
Well, hello, Mothershippers. Welcome aboard once again. It is lovely to see you after a bit of an absence, I have to say. I won't 100% say it was lovely to see snow-covered Alberta again after a few weeks in not snow-covered Malta, but it's good to be home. I can't deny that it's good to be home, as well as having been good to have been in Malta as well. So good to see you. It is a pretty discombobulated stream today. I forgot to press most of the buttons that I'm supposed to press before I started the stream today. So like the titles and the go live stuff and the fucking I haven't even bothered to change the fucking password message to let people know that like I'm back and live. So it's like the randos will just come in for the password and leave, and that's whatever. It's like a Wednesday, and who the hell cares? Because I'm just back from Malta, and life is still easy, and life is still easy and good. So how you doing? Welcome aboard. We got I got like a full slate of poker going on right now. We got the medium and low versions of the phased game going. Bullet like a billion in both of them at this point. Exaggeration, but not by much. Plus, we've got the medium and low versions of number 12 title fight in the mix here, where it is more than 50% progressive booties. So some money to be won in the booties, less money to be won in the prizes. We have we have a booty maker here in the €10 game. So let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Like I say, hope you're all having a good Wednesday. I will, of course, fill you in on all the Malta details that occur. I would just what the fuck, dude? I wasn't actually serious when I said go for a fucking booty, and I meant like we both might have a chance for a booty, not just you take my booty. Right. How am I supposed to? Oh, right. We're over here. Never mind. Took me a minute to figure out how to mute myself in my, not mute myself at that point. It was still the intro, but I knew it was going to be muting myself shortly. And having yourself talk to yourself from 3 minutes ago in your ear is like a fucking. Trust me, it's not an experience you want to try. It's bad enough watching yourself without sound on a screen from 3 minutes ago. Never mind the rest. So yes, I will get into all the Malta details as the stream goes on today. Feel free to ask questions in the chat if you want. I will make my attempt to read the chat and go. By the way, hello, Happy Ray. Hello, Dibtaz. Welcome aboard to everybody. Good to have you around. Lovely to have you guys popping right back in. I'm expecting we'll see Night Shopper today as well. I was yakking with him a bit in the Discord earlier, and he seemed eager to come aboard today's flight of the Mothership. So yes, we have all UOS all the time here on the stream today. Apparently, if we're still playing all UOS all the time when the top of the hour rolls around, we'll have one too many games because our set roll will be popping up, which you can reg in now because the password's in chat, and I'm not going to bother to change commands at this point because it's been there all day, and I forgot, and I just noticed as I was going live, so I'm like, well, I'm going live now, so what is the fucking point? I decided there was 0 fucking points. So let's just roll with it. Let's just roll with the punches. Malta has legal weed, so that was kind of it's sort of semi-legal. I mean, it's legal. Don't get me wrong. Like it's not like illegal, but ignored or whatever. It's like so. There's no like stores or anything like there is here in Canada, so you can't just walk into a store and buy it. But anybody, any resident is able to uh, grow their own, so it's definitely available. Kemathalab, welcome aboard. May not be if you're not like I happen to know someone who knew someone, so that was useful. And you may need something like that, but shit's going down in the low 12. Well, I thought shit was going down, but less shit than I expected to go down actually went down, it turned out. I like the low series so far this time around. I haven't really looked forward on the schedule yet for buy-ins and prices and things, but so far it's been very affordable from my bankroll perspective, anyways. Um, and frankly, there's been a reasonable number of the lows that have been affordable as well. So I've been playing a reasonable number of those, as you can see today. If you're wondering what the strange noises in the background might be, if my mic is picking them up, I'm not sure if it is or not. I am still doing Malta laundry, having returned 2 days ago, but I honestly have done very little between the time I landed in Calgary on Sunday evening, well afternoon Calgary time, like 4 p.m. Got to my hotel about 4:30 p.m. Yeah, probably 5. Let's call it 5 p.m. Got to my hotel. Um, Went and hung out at the local casino where the end of the event that I would have been covering had I stayed in Calgary was running out, and had a nice drink with the tournament director, and it was lovely to see her again. Always lovely to hang out with Joanne for an hour or two, or however long I get the chance to. And I mean, we hung out with a couple other friends like Bash and Ryan and Brittany and a few other folks hanging out at the bar. A few of the usual suspects. I use that phrase for a few things in poker. One of them is for people you find at the bar when you go pick up a drink, and Bash and Ryan would be two of the usual suspects for there. To be fair, they're two of the usual suspects when I'm reporting tournament fields as well, and even deep runs. But yeah, they're definitely two of the usual suspects when I hit the bar for a drink. So that was very nice, but I was fucked up at that point. I mean, it was so. I landed at 4 p.m. ish Calgary time on Sundays, which is 8 hours. So it was midnight, the end of the day Sunday on Malta. So beginning of Monday, end of however you want to classify that midnight when I hit the ground in Calgary. And I hadn't had a full night's sleep I hadn't had more than, say, 3 hours of a nap in my room Saturday afternoon, um, and then whatever the fuck you call what happens on a plane when you sleep on a plane. Like, I don't know, maybe other people actually sleep on planes, but I bet it's like never fucking sleep, right? At least not for me. So basically from Saturday morning or Saturday morning at say 10 a.m. Malta time, which is 2 a.m. Calgary time. I didn't sleep until Sunday, um, midnight, like start of Monday. Well, no, and that I didn't get to Calgary until midnight, start of Monday, um, Malta time, and then I didn't get to sleep for another five. Like I didn't actually sleep for another 5 hours after that. So it was like it was might have even been more than 48 hours. Damn close to 48 hours by the time without a significant period of sleep by the time I actually got my head down in the hotel room on Monday on Sunday evening. So yeah, that was quite the travel experience. It was fun. I definitely did not party. Glenn, how you doing, buddy? Good to chat with you. Good to see you. Good to hang out with you at the. I was literally drinking beer on the beach in Malta with our good friend Glenn Brown Poker. Um, this past week at the Battle of Malta Players Party. You're running like some red tooth events there, and met a couple of the red tooth guys. Jamie, I think his name was, that I was chatting with for a while on the beach as well. And yeah, it was great to it was great to meet you in person. Thanks for. I'm glad you came over and said hello. I wouldn't have. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have. I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know. When I heard the voice, actually, I might have gone. Wait a second. It would have taken me ages to place it, though. I'm sure. But yeah, no, it was great to actually meet you in person, buddy. That was fun. Thank you for the beers. I appreciate the extra beer. Not that there was a shortage of drink tickets um, around that particular event, but yeah, it was fun. Night Shopper, good to see you, buddy. Good to see ya. Hope you had a good chance to chat and hang out with Telly. Glenn, seemed like pretty cool people. I didn't have a huge amount of time with him, but we went out as well the final night. All the media teams and the main casino team went out for drinks and dinner on the final night. Fucking amazing pizza. Oh my God, it was. I can't remember the name of the place, but it was. Well, it was actually. It was the place overlooking. I think it was the place overlooking the beach party place. Um, but yeah, no, the pizza was fucking amazing, astonishingly good. Well, this is best stack forward, so let's try to get our best stack and take it forwards. Can we fade it? That, my friends, fucking fadage. That's what that is. That's what that is, everybody. That is fucking holdage right there. And I am there for it. Yeah, the players' party was nice. That's a great location too. That beach. That's a gorgeous little spot. I don't know if anybody ever swims in that place. Probably not. But no, it's a gorgeous. It was a gorgeous little spot. I loved it. I loved it down there. Yeah. Well, with any luck, I'm back in Malta. Coming up. A few things to negotiate probably and work out, but it seems relatively likely that I'll be back in the Maltese location. Um, like, you want to hear the fucking absolute dumbest thing in the world? My entire life, up until, I'm actually even more embarrassed to admit this last part, literally near the end of my time in Malta, on the island of Malta, this time. I have not understood where the name the Maltese Falcon came from. And it literally took me until like partway through the trip to work out that Maltese actually refers to the island of Malta. You know, for somebody that can occasionally be sometimes bright, I can be like really fucking stupid sometimes. uh, I mean, right? That pizza is like gonna make that pizza is just fucking astonishingly good. I mean, you pay for it, but it's ridiculously good. And I didn't pay for it that time, so it was fucking. It was like the perfect combination of that pizza, I think. I got to eat it without actually having to get the bill at the end. Yeah, I didn't actually have any of the pizza during the players' party, which, well, obviously to my detriment. Um, I should have been fucking munching down on it. Well, thank you. Well, thank you. Well, thank you. So yeah, the whole experience in Malta was a blast. Like both the working at the Battle of Malta and the got to play a couple of tournaments at the Malta Poker Festival. Um, didn't stuff my pockets with euros. Didn't stuff my pockets with Malta booty or anything like that. But I, in theory, took money away from both games. I say in theory because in neither game did I actually take away more than I paid to get into the tournament. Um, but one of them did amount to me getting my Malta flag on my Hendon Mob profile in the most slimy way possible, which is the absolute min cash in the final event that you're going to play in your first trip to Malta. So we did just slide in under the wire there to get get ourselves a Malta flag on our Hendon Mob profile. Presumably be up sometime this week, I would guess. It wasn't the last time I looked, but indeed, should be a good time to hang out on the beach next time around. I'm not sure I want to go back there in July or August, but I think April and October are going to be just right for me. April, I can escape the spring snow here in Alberta, and October I can escape the first Alberta snowfall and the first Alberta cold snaps. So it seems like a win-win. Seems like a win-win for me. Might cut into some of my contracts here, but we'll see what the fuck happens. I still have no idea. This is all just talking out of my ass. Which is not actually the case because I'm sitting on my ass, and it would be quite muffled if I was actually talking out of said ass. So, you know. So I'm all in the big one here. We just ran into a queen here. Of course we did. Of course we just ran into ace queen here. GG Ellie in the 10-year. I'm not going to rebuy this. I think it's still open, but yeah, it is. I'm not going to rebuy that one. I'm going to wait for another flight at this point, I think, and clear up some table space for the beginning of the cent roll in 35 minutes or so. TDK, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I did. Well, I realized afterwards that it was the same. It was the same pizza, and that it was amazing. Um, I should have realized that Telly wouldn't have skimped on the food. He certainly gave us enough. Like he literally gave me enough tickets to pass myself out on the beach, if I had so desired to do so. Um, to be fair, it doesn't take that many drink tickets to do that to me, but yeah, I had plenty to I could have probably given away a third of my tickets and still had plenty to pass myself out on the beach. I was pretty tame though. I only had like 4 beer, I think. Um, and to be fair, they're four. I'm sure it was 4.2% beer there. So that's like it's like 2 of the ones that I'm used to drinking here in Alberta. Um, or yeah, because some of them are like I guess my normal one is 6. Like there's a 6.2 and a 7.3. I think there is for them. They're the 2 that I drank and the 2 that are in my fridge right now. But yeah, it's so there is that to consider. But yeah, I went back and I was not particularly effective on the tournament floor as a live reporter for the rest of the evening when I went back. I probably shouldn't have bothered going back. I probably should have just stayed at the party and used enough drink tickets to pass out on the beach. For a story or whatever, right? For the pictures, I'm sure Jason would have taken pictures. I just hate having to report the next day with sand in my shoes, man. That would fucking suck. I'm actually shocked I didn't have fucking sand in my shoes after that. I somehow managed to avoid. They're not even good shoes to avoid getting sand in on a beach. So I was quite shocked about that. Is Nightbot borked? Has Nightbot bought the I don't know. It looks okay, but I'll do the refresh on it. Okay, we're refreshed. I might want to go back and just spend a week touring that one street off of Hugo's going up the stairs there. I don't know if you happen to explore that one or not, Glenn, but basically fucking lined with gentlemen's clubs on either side of the street. So it might be fun to go explore. It might be fun to go, like spend a week exploring that street as well. I mean, there's a few restaurants dotted in the middle of the gentlemen's clubs as well. To be fair, so it's not like 100% gentlemen's clubs, but I was actually just up the street from that in my second hotel. Well, I guess I was just up and down the street from it in my in both hotels I was in. Um, I do definitely want to make sure I've got a room booked from start to finish next time. I hate moving. I fucking dragged my suitcase 3 blocks up and down hills to get to my fucking second hotel, and I am not. Do not 100% do not recommend doing that, folks, in Malta. Well, I mean, frankly, anywhere, but you're almost certainly going to be doing up and down hills in Malta. Um, so that is one thing to warn people about, I suppose, if you don't enjoy walking up and down hills, and you're not willing to jump on a motorized scooter, um, you're probably going to be shut out of luck in Malta. There's a lot of stairs, steep terrain, stuff like that. So. Oh, indeed, the password message. Yeah, I noticed that I hadn't bothered to change it like as I was going live today, and I've just decided I'm not going to bother. I've just decided it's like if you can't work out that I'm actually back, even though the message says that I'm still away. Um, you know, I'm not sure changing the message is gonna really improve your perception of reality at that point, right? Just saying. All right, we'll see you again, Glenn. It was good to chat with you, and it was good to see you in the Mediterranean, my friend. Another time, perhaps we will catch up one more time. Have a little bit more time to hang out and chat as well. Maybe grab some dinner or something. Depends how long you're going to be there. I mean, that's part of the problem is that if I'm working, then I'm just fucking walls to the wall until 2 or 3 a.m. usually. So, but we'll work it out. Very, very mad alley. Just sitting at Hugo's on the wall there, and just kind of watching the people watching from Hugo's is ideal. There's at least one fairly major LGBT club up there as well, so it's a pretty diverse. It's a pretty diverse crowd wandering through there on a Friday night at 2 a.m. when I was sitting at Hugo's having a burger after one of the day one flights finished. And it was, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I didn't manage to get inside any of those. I just kind of hung out in Hugo's one evening and watched the world go by for an hour or so while I was having my burger and drinking a Guinness or two after a shift. But yeah, yeah, there was actually a couple of spots up there that I thought at some point if I had more time I might pop my head into. Guinness was relatively available there. I could most of the stores I could just walk into a store and buy a couple of cans of Guinness off the shelf on my way home from the office, so to speak, if I wanted to. So that was nice and convenient. The local beer wasn't bad for a lager, actually. Chisk, I think it's pronounced. Um, for a lager, wasn't awful. I had it a couple of nights as well when there was a few places where it was inconvenient to get a Guinness. I had a double red at the pizza place that I was frankly not that impressed with. Seemed very hoppy to my taste, which I don't think reds should ever be. But what are you gonna do? Different people interpret beers in different ways. To each their own. Well, we have got Sentinel action upcoming in just a few minutes' time, and normally at this point I would be egging on about how it's almost time for me to put the password in chat and all that. But today is today, and the password's already in chat, so we'll just chill. We'll just chill. I actually managed to find pretty convenient hotels, considering I literally left my second hotel booking till the absolute last minute. And by the leaving it to the absolute last minute, I don't mean I did it just before I left for Malta. I don't mean I did it even on the last day before I had to move to my new hotel. Um, I did it after my shift at 2 a.m. when I had to move by noon the next day. That was how late in the day I decided to leave my attempt to get a hotel um, move in Malta, and I succeeded for like not what I considered not a terrible price. Like it would have been something that I would have been happy to have paid um, at any time that I booked the hotel. Never mind like 8 hours before I was going to check in. Um, in a city, in a touristy city hosting two major poker series. Um, you know, so I've always been pretty go with the flow with my plans. I really despise booking things like way in advance because I mean honestly, who the fuck knows what's gonna happen in 6 months if I was to book something for like April next year. How the fuck am I supposed to know what's up in 6 months? Um, Sadly, I know that costs me an absurd amount of money when I travel because booking at the last minute is. It can be advantageous if they're trying to fill rooms or flights or whatever, but it's usually not advantageous to the traveler. Yeah, seems like you've just experienced poker once again, Diptez. I'm sad to say. If you look closely at my well, I guess you got the life roll going on for that graph here. Let's pop down to the stats graph screen for a little bit. Just have a look. So over there on the right is my since I reset the bankroll at the beginning of this year, so it's basically a 2023 look, and I am basically at the point now where I've given back all of the money, nearly that I came into the year, or that I've earned this year. So all the profits that I've done this year, I've pretty much given back to the Unibet community over the last since I got the couple of big wins there in the early part of the year. Now, admittedly, that's the way tournament poker graphs go. So I shouldn't be all that freaked out about it. But it's just a reminder that sometimes you can have a run where things don't go your way all the time. And the crazy thing is with the games I'm playing at the moment, one big score, like a deep run and a supermoon or something like that, which I'm going to be playing on the weekend for the record, um, or two or three at most scores in like majors or 5 euro, 10 euro event things kind of thing, and I'm like right back at a bankroll max territory again. So it's like that's the other thing that's funny about that graph. I've given almost all of the year's earnings away, but it's only like two or three um, significant scores at most away from getting it all back and then some, right? So poker, right? Tournament poker. It's the way she goes. It's the way she is. That is how the game is played and functions, I believe. So just got to roll with the punches, and you'll have your variance. But yeah, so I have a 250 euro Supermoon ticket in my pocket that will get. It's been burning a hole in there for months actually, and it will finally finally escape its prison, its pocket prison, this weekend on Sunday when this month's edition of the Moon begins. Hopefully, we'll be streaming Supermoon action day 2 on Monday with any luck. I will not stream on Sunday. Too much other competition, and I kind of want to play day 1 with some focus and probably with a anonymous alias, which you will then learn, of course, on Monday if I make day 2, but I'm fine with that. Yeah. Sigh. Well, that's a rather fortuitous turn card for my hand, I would have to guess. Being that it is nutty and all. All right, Dippers, thanks for dropping in. Good to see you, buddy. We're back on Saturday, of course. So, check the shit out there then. And we'll see you soon, bud. Say hello to the piglet for us, please. Didn't actually really do any clubbing at all while I was in Malta. I was at a couple of what I would call pubs, but they were at least as much restaurants as they were bars. Yeah, I would tend to kind of avoid the club scene, I think, anyways. Um, yeah, not a dance club kind of guy, at least not anymore. I've never really been a dance club kind of guy. Take me to a place with a nice band playing rock and roll, and I might have some fun moving around the dance floor, but that's about it. And yeah, I mean, definitely a nice place. Malta is. I'm guessing that when it's not some big poker tournaments or other, major things going on, like when it's off season, I'm gonna guess it's relatively inexpensive to stay there if you're not staying in like the brand name hotel. If you want to stay in the Hilton on the Bay, you're probably gonna spend some. You're probably gonna spend some coin, no matter what time of year it is. But then that's true wherever you go, right? If you're willing to kind of go off and probably don't want to be quite as adventurous as I was forced to be ish when I got the second place that I was in. But I did sort of discover that you can kind of be as adventurous as you want and get off the beaten track and get into some place that is that you wouldn't even necessarily know existed and was a hotel um, before you booked the place and walked into it, right? Actually, I walked by the fucking front door of the place twice before I finally figured out where it was. Um, with with Google Maps in my hand and the address, you know, um, plugged in. It was bizarre, but it was a decent little room. Decent little room, clean, uh, perfectly good bed, perfectly good bathroom, perfectly good desk, perfectly good Wi-Fi. It's really all I would ever ask for in a hotel. So I joked with Jason Black Jackson, who's the guy that brought me over there. When I moved hotels, he was like, "Oh, I hope it's a nice place." And I'm like, I mean, it probably be fine. 5 years in Africa has given me a pretty wide range of what constitutes a decent hotel room, I have to say. So and it's pretty hard for me to imagine a room in the developed world in Europe and Canada and the U.S. Although the U.S. lately, I don't know, but hard for me to imagine a hotel room like that that's not going to meet my standards, or that's going to be worse than some of the shit I saw in Nigeria. Anyways, it's break time, so I'm going to stop talking shit about a place that I actually enjoyed being in, and I'm going to go do some break shit, and we'll be back, and there'll be cent roll action coming up. So we'll see you then. All right, we'll see you soon. Later. And we're back. The Gambler. We were discussing this in chat. Your song is stuck. Let me have a look at what's going on, shopper. Let me have a look. I don't see any song in the queue. Maybe it got skipped somehow. Because I'm listening to Kenny Rogers, The Gambler, right now, and I'm not seeing any requests in the queue. Jump in that cent roll, everybody. She's a coming. She's a coming. She's a coming around the corner. We got the Gillerinos here, and I think this is definitely a C-bet flop. We get called by non-ace hands here sometimes. Yeah, I've been firing pretty wildly at the phase game so far. Probably more wildly than I should, but it does look like it's going to be a pretty decent prize pool in phase 2, so probably worth firing a few bullets at. I don't really know what the threshold is, but yeah, we'll see. Well, that's gone reasonably well for me on the flop. Called a relatively big bet pre-flop. That looks bootyish to me. Booty. Oh, that's here, so equals 0.7. All right, I see you put one in. Let's see if it comes up. See what it looks like. Looks like it's playing. Looks like it's working. So indeed, we have just grabbed ourselves a little booty. A little something, something for the booties. All right, we'll see you shortly, shopper. We're also playing a little booty something something over here. Why is there no cent roll? Oh, I didn't, because I didn't reg in the cent roll. That's why there's no cent roll game happening on my screen. Aha! We have cent roll action. That's what happens when you actually register the thing. Learn something new every day. You have to register a tournament for it to appear on your screens. Shocking. Shocking the things I learn this late in life, eh? Well, that was an unfortunate fold. This Looked like it might be a decent call at one point in time with the flopped a straight draw, but it's looking kind of spady now, and we're not looking so spady. We weren't looking very spady there, everybody. Anyways, indeed, we have set roll action happening now. Good luck, everybody, getting your ticket to the Stratosphere this week. I did manage to actually play the Stratosphere on Saturday from Malta. Nice to see another €351 prize pool. It's always nice to see. And I made it home in time to jump in anonymously to the Launchpad game, I think. I think I missed the cent roll. But I got into the Launchpad just at the end of Reg. And didn't win a ticket, so, here we are. I'll try to jump into other US games as tables allow, but I'm not going to overstress my table load today. I'll do it sometimes when I'm not streaming because I can handle it a little bit better when I'm not streaming, but nothing goes properly when, you know. I don't know how late I'm going to go today. We'll see how the poker goes. I suppose that's part of the. It's always part of the calculation. Um, but we'll no doubt be here for the Launchpad at least. Biscuit was going to stream today, but I saw her bitching out brides in the stream channel we have with Unibet. And having to cancel her stream today because she was supposed to have the night off, but then it turned out she didn't have the night off. One of my friends here is a bridal consultant and model for wedding dresses. Got to meet a few people in Malta. randomly ran into a buddy of mine from locally here, Kelly DeGaulle, who was second in the seniors event at WSOP in Vegas this year for like $125,000 US. So he's spending a few months traveling the poker world. I just busted the title fight. Not re-entering a €10 PKO an hour after it began. That seems like a minus EV play. But there is, I believe. Ooh, it's a PLO. Are we gonna play? Are we gonna play PLO UOSs as well? I'm actually gonna play the phase event instead of the UOS event. I think. The PLO event. Yeah, I think I'm going to go into the €2 phase event. Oh, do we have a borked queue now? Sounds like we possibly might. Or we just have dead air for whatever reason. Weirdly enough, I'm seeing black on the YouTube video, so I'm gonna fast forward through this. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Just be patient, Ellie. You might hear things. Moisturella, happy to see you. Good to see you here, buddy. Welcome aboard. Always lovely to have you. I am racing for my life in the first phase, and we are out of life. Out of life, sadly, in that one. Finished in 24th position, but that does not matter. So that is unfortunate. We still have not booked a day 2 stack for that one. That does give me table space to jump into the €10 again. So that is another shot at both of those one more time. Starting in 11 minutes. Actually, while I'm there, let's also make sure we're in the launchy poo. Money in the cent roll with kings. Let's see what we're up against, everybody. Let's just see what we're up against. Ace queen. Can we fade it? Can we fade it? We fade it. We're fading today. We got fadage happening today. We're not fading it in the title fight low, though. We just shot our load, and again, we're not going to re-enter that game because it is a booty. Well, maybe that means we're playing PLO. So that is another buy-in for both of those games. That is a bust out of both of those games. And yeah, I guess we're going to play a... No, actually, this is 4 with Launchpad coming up in 30 minutes. So I'm going to leave it at this for now. We might jump into the Omaha later or the final UOS game because there's been 3 every day. I'm assuming there's 3 again today. Yeah, Malta was mostly a blast. I mean, I had one kind of weird night where I got stung by some sort of insect and had a very violent, quick reaction to it, but then recovered very quickly as well. So I was, for about 5 or 10 minutes, I was debating whether I need to go to the emergency room or not, and then I realized, it's coming off pretty quick. And it turned out I was just fine. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. So that was kind of a shitty night. I knew it was going to be fine, but it was still quite painful. So it was hard to sleep that night. So that was a particularly shitty night. I had to work a full day the next day. But otherwise, it was turned out to be fine. Turned out to be fine. But yes, I was bitten by some sort of Mediterranean bug. So if something springs forth from my belly at some point during one of the streams coming up, you guys will know why. Didn't have nearly as much time to look around as I had sort of initially thought I had. I kind of thought I had 2 extra days. I'm not upset that the work was longer than I thought it was, but it did mean I really only had 3 days. And when you play 2 poker tournaments in 3 days, one of which is a 2-day event that you make day 2 of, doesn't leave a whole bunch of time outside of those to be looking around a city. I did take a bus tour. I did take a bus tour on Friday morning. Then we returned and I played day 1 of the Mystery Bounty the next couple hours later. It started at 4, I think it was. That was really nice. We saw a couple of really nice spots, and I got some decent. It was like a double-decker tour bus thing, and the top was completely open air. So I actually got some decent shots out of the open air top of the bus. didn't set up a slideshow before the stream, but probably on Saturday during the breaks there'll be slideshows of the pictures. Some of the pictures, anyways, that I took. A few of the pictures. The weather was lovely. I don't think we had any significant rain. Um, I'm pretty sure there might have been one time when it sprinkled on me for about 5 minutes. Um, but really no rain at all. A little bit of wind on a couple of days, but even that, it was like 25 to 30 Celsius all the time. And the Mediterranean wind, trust me, is not in any way cold. At least not at that time of year. Not at that point, anyways, for me. Um, so it was lovely, even when it was windy. It was never like windy enough to like blow you over, and it was all just a nice. It was all just a nice breeze, and it was lovely. It was very nice. Both casinos were very nice. Um, although I realized this after the fact, I literally didn't see anything of the Battle of Malta Casino Malta, um, other than the um, ballroom tournament floor area. I realized I after the fact I never went downstairs to the cash game area um, or the casino floor area at all. Like I was not down on those floors in any way whatsoever. Um, there's even tournaments, even side games going on down there, and Jason was handling all that stuff. So I literally never got called down there for work, and I was basically too busy on the floor to sort of think about going down there just to check things out. I should have done it before the tournament started, but I didn't really think about it. And then it was all over, and they were shutting things down. I suppose I could have gone back still and checked it out, but I was a ways from. Well, no, I really wasn't actually. Yeah, no, I have no excuse. I have no excuse. I just didn't think about it. I didn't have time. I only had 3 days. And the third day was going to be a bit of a write-off regardless, because I was either playing poker until I had to go to the airport if I did well, or I was I was having to figure out something to do between then and 3 a.m. when I had to go to the airport to be on my flight. So yeah. Oh yes, day two of the mystery bounty. That was fun. That was poker. That was fun. Like I say, I made day two, which was in the money. They bagged on the money bubble. Well, they bagged after the money bubble on day one. So everybody coming back on day two was guaranteed money. I had a tiny stack. I had like 56K. Blinds were 5K, 10K, 10K. I have 56, so like nearly half my stack is going in on my first big blind. So there's a redraw. I don't really know where I'm going to be on day two. So I get back on day two, and I sit down at the table, and I realize I am under the gun on day two. So I've got two hands basically until I lose half my stack. Um, if I can't find a double somewhere in those two hands, I'm out of that hand with 26. No, not even. I'm out of that blind round with 19K if I can't find a hand before the small blind goes through me. Um, so yeah, for the full blinds, it's more than half my stack. Well, more than half my stack. Um, so I realize I've got basically two hands to play. I sit down at the table. We get all of the bags unpacked and everything, and it's shuffle up and deal. Of course, normally when I play live poker, um, if I if I'm not the first to act, I don't look at my cards. I just gather the cards and I'll put my card protector on top of them, and I don't even look at what the cards are until it's my time until it's my turn to act. Um, but when I'm under the gun, of course, it's going to be my turn to act immediately after the deal is finished. So I usually look at cards as they come. It's the only time I do that. Boom! Boomage in the set roll. Maybe we got a Stratosphere ticket in our future here tonight, everybody. That'd be cool. Um, so I peel my first card, and it's a king. And I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure no matter what the second card is, I'm going with this hand under the gun because I've just peeled the king, right? And I've got, you know, I'm gonna have half my stack in here next hand if I don't go with this. So I'm pretty sure I'm going with this. To get around to the final, it's ace king. So I'm like, of course, I guess I'm in. My exact line was, well, I guess it's first hand. Um, and I stuck my stack in the middle. Get called by small blind and big blind. Um, both of whom stack me. The big blind has the biggest, or small blind has the biggest stack. Big blind has the second biggest stack, and I have the smallest stack in the three. Um, Small blind has ace nine. Big blind has 4-3 suited. The ace nine was suited as well. My ace king was offsuit. Um, Nine in the window. Good GG Ellie. I'm done. First hand on day two of the game. But I did secure min cash, which was 200 euros for a 230 euro buy-in game. So I didn't quite pay back my money um, in the game. Um, but it does mean I'll have my name listed as a casher in the tournament, which will mean I have a Malta flag on my hidden mob page. So pretty stoked about that. It's my third country now. Damn Spurs! Yes, I'm gutted as well. I did not realize if I'd have known you were around, I would have looked you up. I worked with Jason at Battle of Malta during all of the main event day ones and day 2 through 5. Um, I didn't do any work with him at Malta Poker Festival. It was only Battle of Malta I was there to work. Yeah, I've been in Malta. Um, TDK. I was there doing some work with a good friend of mine, Jason Glatzer, doing some live reporting for Battle of Malta. A lot of fun. We had a good time. I'm actually going to bring some swag into the shot later in the day. I've got a couple of gorgeous T-shirts that I picked up that were staff shirts that that I just was drooling over, and he was like, and it was even first day. He was like, "Do you want a shirt?" And we're like, "Yeah, I'd love a shirt." And he's like, "Okay, well here, have two." So they're just gorgeous. They're just gorgeous. I'll come and show them to you guys after the break, I think. So while I've been yakking away about Malta, we've actually had the phase games pop up once again. So this is the 30K, which is there. And this is the 7.5K. There we go. We're back trying to get some sort of a stack to go forward. Keeps like the best stack forward seems to be trolling me, I think, at this point. Like any stack forward. Yeah, that's yeah. I wish we were. Wish we'd have known. We wish we'd have known, Spurs. That would have been awesome, buddy. Would have been awesome to have a coffee or a beer or a dinner or something with you, time permitting. Did you stay and play the Malta Poker Festival as well? I didn't play any of the main event stuff. I didn't play any of the DSO because I was flying back on day 2 of the DSO. I knew that, and it wasn't really. Yeah, I just wasn't willing to play a game that I knew I was going to have to change a plane flight for if I got to day 2, when day 2 is probably not even in the money in that format, I wouldn't think. Might have been. If it was, then I might have. But even then, like, I don't want to, like, I couldn't have changed my flight for min cash there. I'd still be losing money. Right, I need to go significantly deep in order to be able to justify changing my flight. So I decided that the most likely option was that I just not play the game and play some of the shorter events. I played the one-day bounty hunter events on the Thursday, which was my first day off. And I took one bounty. Unfortunately, I bought in twice, so I spent 460 euros for a 100 euros return. Again, the math does not add very well there. I understand that. Then on Friday, I played after my city tour, I played the mystery bounty, bagged fumes on day 1, and came back and busted on literally the first hand of day 2, and was the actual min casher. There was 93 players paid, and I was the 93rd place, I'm pretty sure. So, but as I said, flag nonetheless. They're all flags, everybody. They're all flags. Even if it costs you 500 euros to buy one. To be fair, let's see. I spent $690 in tournament buy-ins, and I got back 300. So, it's like an average day here on Unibet, maybe. Well, percentage-wise, I should say. So it's not. It's like 10x what an average day lately has been here on Unibet in actual euro size. This is an intriguing flop for my pair of fives. I think I need a semi-bluff here. Or possibly value bet. Not really sure which it is at this point, but Whatever it was, I was pretty sure it was going to win me the pot. And I didn't really need to see any more cards, frankly. So I definitely had a good time. Definitely enjoyed the festival. Enjoyed the games. Enjoyed the atmosphere in both rooms. Um, I only briefly met Yvonne, very briefly, for Malta Poker Festival, but I hung out a reasonable amount with Maureen, and that was cool. Um, Maureen Blockiger. I probably just butchered her last name, but she's a fairly well-known player and personality in the women's poker world. She just won a package to Vegas for the F1, I think, or it was WP Championships. One of the two. She won a big package there. I think it's the Poker Stars thing in the F1, the NAPT. Yes, I guess I call you. Well, at least we're racing. Sorry, I'm whining about this, and I just hit the king on him in the windows, or in the, yeah, I guess that's not the window, but still. But yeah, first card I saw was the 9, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I guess we're done. I guess we're playing one hand here on day 2. GGLA. I mean, poker, right? I wasn't unhappy particularly. I was pretty happy to have made day 2 anyways and guaranteed the money at that point, so, you know, kind of hoping to be able to at least ladder up to break even on that particular tournament at least, but, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Just can't, just can't do it sometimes. I'm still up on live tournament play. I think even, yeah, I'm pretty sure even when I just realized I hadn't taken into account my hotel rate for this trip. Don't have to account for plane rake because that got covered for me this time around, so it's just my last couple of nights hotel, which was pretty cheap, as I said, all things considered. Um, so yeah, I'm still actually up on my what I'm calling my modern live poker bankroll, which began um, when I started playing live poker again after the pandemic. And it only started at 10 because I don't know what was going on before that, frankly. I'm surprised I can reopen this, actually. Okay, I don't think I am, but I'm surprised I can reopen this. I thought because they were all in for such a small amount, I wouldn't be able to reopen the betting. Ha! 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 Never fold your suited hands. Never fold your suited hands. If you learn anything from this stream, people, it's never fold your suited hands. I could have been a contender. Or something like that, anyways. So I fired up my timer today that runs the how long I've been online. And somehow it had been running in the background, I guess, for the entire time I was gone in Malta. And it was like 139 hours of record. Well, it's not recording anything. It's just counting. In this case, it was just counting the time. It wasn't like my stream was on for that time. But yeah, my counter was at like 139 hours of. Or no, sorry, no, it was more than that. It was like 300 or something. It was like 390, if I recall. Yeah, yeah, it was definitely enough so that it was. I had left it running the last time I streamed, somehow, and it was still running in the background the whole time I was gone. But yeah, the Portamassa Casino, Portamasso Casino. It's attached to the Hilton Hotel. Very, very nice little spot on in the bay. There's a couple of gorgeous little areas where you can get a shot of the some extremely large boats, if that's your thing, from a distance. Anyways, in the harbor. Yachts moored all over the place. Clearly a bit of a who's got the biggest boat competition going on in certain spots. That's kind of obvious, but you know, we have who's got the biggest pickup truck here in Alberta contests that are happening all the time. So who am I to judge? I don't get involved in them, but there's certainly a lot of other a lot of my provincial compatriots who quite happy to be measuring up each other's pickup trucks. So I thought it was a good idea to put some money in with these pocket tens. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We shall see. Looks like we could pick up some dead money though, and that is indeed what happened. And I'm good with that. Dead money is good money. Small fields in these Phase One qualifiers. I mean, it's still ages until the actual tournaments, but it's tiny fields in these. Like we're 13 in this €2 buying game and 15 in the €10 buying game. Now those numbers will go up a little bit, but like it's not going to be 100 in either game. I would in any of the ones that I've witnessed so far. So not sure what's going on with that. The other games seem to have pretty solid numbers, frankly, but. I've been building big stacks and giving it away in the midsection of the game. Sadly, it's been my pattern so far in the US. We'll see if we can turn that around, though. Be nice to actually have a breakthrough in one of these series at some point. Cotton Eye Botron thinks Cotton Eye Joe's disco. I mean, it might have the same beat. It might have the same beat as disco. That is probably the only possible point of comparison between Cotton Eye Joe and disco. I would I would I would have to say. Like honest to God, Botron, sometimes you're bad, but really, really, Botron, Cotton Eye Joe's disco. Alrighty then, buddy. There's a good bot. There's a good little bot. Oh. Or maybe just everything is disco now. Maybe just the entire world has turned into disco in Botron's head at this point. Maybe that's what's going on. Although I suppose maybe this could be. Although I call this more funk than disco for sure. But ain't no way Cotton Eye Joe's disco though. Sorry, I'm putting my foot down on that fucker. They are both music, and they might both have the same beats per minute. That could be. Those are the only two. Those are the only two attributes that those two forms of music share: Cotton Eye Joe and disco. Well, I think we have 11 big blinds in the central, and they're going in the middle with our suited ace here. Suited Broadway ace. Don't want to double me up, Happy Ray. That is very ungenerous of you, my friend. Very ungenerous of all of you not to want to double me up in that spot. Right, we are heading to the break, everybody. So I will see you guys back in just a few short moments. We are back, and we have sat out of some hands because we were late getting back from the toilet, to be perfectly honest with you. I am going to munch out on a granola bar that I have right here, however. So I'm going to mute myself while I do that because you don't need to listen to me chew right next to the mic on my granola bar. That is not a euphemism. I have a granola bar that I am going to actually eat. So chewing on my granola bar is not a euphemism, everybody. Just want to make that clear. I'll be back as I eat my non-euphemism granola bar. Poker, y'all. Pretty sure I busted at every level of every one of these, or of both of the 2 and 10-euro versions of these so far. It has been pretty sad. My runs, as you saw, sad runs continuing. I could probably get away from the ace king there, frankly, when he plays it that way, but in that case, I did not. But never getting away from this queen 10, though. You were saying about this never getting away from the king 10 thing there, Ellie? You were saying about this never getting away from the king 10 thing, Ellie. Fuck the king or queen 10. Fuck the queen 10. That's all I have to say. Just fuck the queen 10, right? Jesus Christ. How poker can make a liar of you in 2 seconds when the turn comes out. I am actually 3 away from the money in the cent roll. I just realized, rather astonishingly, and I'm second in chips. So hey, that's something. That's something. I should probably play this. I should probably pay more attention to this spot. Actually, now that I'm looking, I thought I was short stacked and hanging on to my life ages from the money, but no, it turns out we're like 3 from the money, and I got a big stack, and I can take this thing. I can take it. All right, 100x ROI in this tournament for the min cash, so that's always nice. Double your money. If you could get double your money on every penny you invested, you'd be doing pretty fucking good. GL, Happy Ray. One of these days, I'll have a bag in this damn fucking phase game. It's probably going to cost me 37,500 euros between the 2 fucking phase ones, but you know, I'm gonna have a ticket. It'll not cost me that much. Like I'll probably stop long before it costs me that much, but. I mean, I guess, yeah, sure, let's do it. With our Gillerinos. just shove it, right? Oh, there's a few little chippers for me. Always nice to see those come my way. What are we at now in this one? Ooh, we're above start stack. Hey, that's a thing. Oh, do we want to reg any more UOS games? That's the real question here. What do we got running? We have got we're into phase ones that we can afford to play. There are Deep Stack PLO, 13-minute late reg. Let's jump into the... No, those haven't been running too long. Let's actually jump into the low Turbo Deep Stack PKO. Since we're on a bit of a PKO kick today. There we go. There we go. We have our second EOS numbered game of the day. 14. Turbo Deep Stack PKO L. Because we're just a low kind of guy, if you get my drift. We're not title fighting anymore, of course, so I can get some of that off of my list, perhaps, at some point in time. Not sure it matters, but might matter to some people. Various forms of animals. I was about to shove a7 here. It might still have been the right move, actually, with the stack dynamic in the spot. 2 away from the money. And there's no reason that, would be doing that if I had shoved. They might have been snap folding whatever hand they had. Right, like I'd be snap folding a7 if there was something behind me, so shoved behind me of that size. So yeah. But you'd consider shoving it. Bubble to the 2 pennies. Bubble to the 2 pennies. GL, everybody getting one of the two penny spots. We do not use pennies in Canada anymore. There is nothing that is 2 cents or 1 cent. Technically, they still price things that look like they require pennies, like $4.99 and things like that, but that's actually, everybody knows that's $5 because you're either Getting four. It's either 495 or 5, and it's um, yeah, that was 10. 10? No 10. See, that's funny. You can actually game the system a little bit if you, because so if I'm remembering correctly, and I think this is the way it works, if I'm using my card, I get the exact amount of money on the, it costs me the exact amount of money, so 498 or whatever. It uses the pennies. Um, if you're using cash, though, it will round down to the nearest 5 cent increment. So if something comes to 692, for example, I can technically make myself 2 pennies by paying for that in cash. Um, Instead of paying for it in on a card, because it would cost me 692 on a card, but it's actually only going to cost me 690 in cash because they're going to give me, if I give them $7, they're going to give me 10 cents. They're going to give me a dime back. So yeah, it's kind of weird. You can actually game the system, and so um, if it's like 98 or above, I think it makes sense to buy it in cash as well because you're getting. No, it makes sense to buy it on the card because you're getting because you're paying less on the card. You're paying 498 on the card, and you'd be paying $5 at the in cash. So it probably even if you're making thousands of transactions a day, it probably would never add up to anything significant. But you can technically game the system while you're buying things at stores here with our taxes or with our currency. $222K. Holy shit, that's more than surviving, Ray. Hey, fuck, did you need 2 bags to put that shit in? Nice stack, buddy. Hopefully I can. Hopefully eventually, at some point, maybe I can join you. I mean, that would be nice. I have no idea why I've only opened 2 big blinds here, but seems like a chance to get away from it and still be alive here on the final table, 3 away from the tickets, or just take some money possibly if people think I'm being sneaky. So I never considered the 3-minute delay if every single player on the table were to time out. I wonder. I'd have to go through the math on that. Might actually catch up. Might actually catch up in that spot. Yeah, I mean, I think I have to call it off here, right? Oh, for .09, yeah, I fucking have to call it off here. Jesus Christ, I was about to have a little fit there. My gosh. My gosh, that was a lot of shit that they flopped on that board, man. All right, well, we are one closer to the €5 Stratosphere ticket. And GG the time to ball for the €1 MTT Twitch giveaway ticket, which you can use by space traveling into the main event on Saturday. So, alongside the Stratosphere. assuming you wish to play that game. We are now one bubble time away from the big prizes of those coveted, I tell you, Stratosphere tickets, everybody. Everybody wants one of those. Everybody, including me. I mean, I always want one of those every week, at least one of those. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I mean, I can only use 2 in a given week, so don't want to be too greedy, but, you know, I'll take as many as I can win, frankly. And then beg mods on Unibet to extend them when I don't have time to use them because I've got too many in my account. It's happened a couple of times. Happened to Cat a couple of times as well. I'm sure all of you have had a similar experience at one time or another. I know several of you have asked me in private chat to harass the staff to extend Stratosphere tickets, and I believe I've accommodated you all. I think we just got ourselves a Stratty ticket. No, we did not. We did not. Close. It was just a double though. Someone is short. Another person is short. I mean, slightly above average is just fine going into day 2, I think. Yeah. Phase 2 still ages away. There's going to be. I expect the numbers in the phase events are going to increase. Like I've been actually quite surprised at how low they've been so far in the early phases. 30, 35 players at most is what I've seen for the most part. I don't think I've seen one with 50 players that have registered in it, which is kind of surprising given how long the reg is. But yeah, it's interesting. Well, bugger! I just dropped into last place, I think. Indeed. Indeed, bugger. It's a good thing I have an ace here then, right? Good thing I have an ace here then, right? Gee, Ellie. Could easily get called. We survive. We get to fold. I'm happy with the fold. I don't hate the call. There's not a ton of other aces out there, and we're doing pretty good against non-ace hands. So, granted, when they show up with an ace, we're fucked. But given the stack sizes, they don't actually call all the time. When they just show up with a bare ace, it's got to be a pretty big ace, I think. Damn, GG Shopper in the PLO game. GG buds. Hey, did you guys see on the socials? Holy fuck, Lime Ricky. Holy fuck, won a PLO game over in Coventry, I'm pretty sure. Like, holy fuck, go Limey. Go Limey. My god. My god, I was thrilled to fucking see that. I wish I'd been there, actually. I wish I'd been covering that event. That would have been fucking awesome. Would have been so fucking awesome to cover her taking down a PLO event. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's games like there's games I totally would have played today that I've just ignored. I read shit a bunch yesterday. Like I sat down, I'm like, oh, I should play the Scuffle. I should play the Iron Man. Great, that's cool. Then I realized, oh, I should play both phases. I should play both UOS. Oh wait, I'm gonna have like how many fucking tables have I just? How many fucking tables have I just committed myself to? Oh fuck. So yeah, yesterday was kind of gross for about an hour here at Shea Mothership. It was not. It was not. It was not. It was not pleasant here. So I had to rein myself in today. I had to make sure that I didn't go overboard as I did yesterday. Hey, somehow I've managed to find myself back in second place again here in the cent roll. So that's nice. That's nice. We're still alive. We are still alive. Excuse me for coughing in your ears there, everybody. I apologize for that. I will probably do it again, but I'm just saying I apologize for it. So I didn't play any of the regular games today. Just no scuffle, no battle royale, um, no Iron Man, no 10 spot, none of that. Just UOS games today to keep my volume a little lower. And we're still somehow 4 games deep here. Trying to win ourselves a Stratosphere ticket. One away, everybody. One away. Oh, I guess we're never calling off there. Probably nobody is either, but yep. And very nice to see Ian take one down as well. I'd forgotten about Ian's triumph. Very nice to see. Very nice to see. And this isn't to take away from how happy I am for Ian to win a tournament, but Ian wins tournaments. Maybe the first big tournament that Limey's ever won in her life, and that is. Well, I was going to say that's an amazing feeling, but I wouldn't know because I've never actually won. I've never actually won a live tournament. Um, I've like third place is the highest I've been. Other than to win in satellite tournaments where like a dozen people win a ticket or whatever. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's her first. If it's not her first live win completely, it's definitely her first big live win in a big series. So yeah, pretty chuffed to see that. So yeah, thrilled for Ian as well. But you know, you know, Limey doesn't win them very often, not nearly as often as Ian does. So yeah, right, Chopper. It seems like it would be ridiculously easy. to not end up with too many tables. And yet here we are, right? And yet here we are often. It does seem like it would be a fairly easy task, however. I will grant you. I will grant you that 100%. So situation here. I do not need to shove a queen 10 under the gun there in any way on the bubble at this stage, so we're just going to hang back for a bit. It's like I don't understand how anybody ever binge watches a TV series all night until they have to drive straight off to work, right? Because you just turn the TV off, right? Right. That's all you have to do. Is just turn the TV off. Just press the pause button and go to bed. Anytime, at any time, right? Been there, done that too. That Netflix continue on feature is insidious. And the Netflix, do you still want to continue watching is annoying and insulting. So like they don't have a balance there of their AI interventions. To be fair, I haven't watched actually. I should. I'm actually considering I should cancel my Netflix. I have not watched Netflix in God ages. I may have paid for an entire year of Netflix without ever watching anything on the channel. In fact, it's not even loaded on my media page right now on my television. Nope. I'm not going to tell you what is loaded there because I'm just not. Um, YouTube's there. Twitch is there. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, I used to watch like boatloads of stuff on Netflix, and it's not like there's not good stuff. I think there's still episodes of Love, Death, Robots that I haven't watched. I'm sure there's other stuff on there that's gone on since I was last there. Actually, I will be back 100%. Actually, they've. Oh, hey, we got Stratosphere tickets. I didn't even notice. I was talking Star Trek and we got Stratosphere. So there you go. They got me 100%. I just realized and I'm sure that this decision was 100% because they've noticed that Elron's watch time has been significantly down this past year on the site, and they're like, we canceled the fucking Star Trek stuff, and we fucking lost Elron, so we gotta do something to get the guy back. Um, so yeah, the Prodigy, Star Trek Prodigy season 2 is on Netflix, so they're 100% going to get me back for Star Trek Prodigy season 2, and we'll see if they can entice me to stay again. There are times for me as well, Shopper, where I've registered like level 2 free roll, right? I'll register that one a couple of days in advance sometimes, or a couple hours, 3 hours, 4 hours in advance, and then completely forget that I've registered the game. Like completely forget that I've registered the game. So I'll just be going on like, okay, I've got an empty spot here. Let's jump in this one, and then 5 minutes later, um, the free roll pops up on my screen or whatever. So yeah, that's another way it happens for me. But yeah, it should be easy. It should be easy, right? Should be easy to just turn the television set off. It can sometimes be a little difficult to keep up with chat and stream and do all the things that need to be done while you're doing all the things. So yeah, hey, I think we survived there. Indeed, we do. We might win this cent roll, everybody. We are guaranteed a stratosphere ticket though, so that's enough for me at this stage. But winning it would be cool as well. 20 cents up for grabs, in addition to the stratosphere ticket. I am guilty from time to time. Just quads, just quads. Nice, nice hand there. Nice hand there with the quads. Quad fours too. That's like some sort of rip the universe apart kind of combination of fours there. I think that we should probably try to avoid most of the time. I probably should have had my stack in with Queen 10 at this stage of the game. Actually, now that I'm looking at it. I mean, the average stack is 6.1 big blinds. That's hilarious. We're not exactly deep stacked at this stage. We are not exactly deep stacked at this stage. No, indeed, not every streamer is great at multitasking, for sure. Um, there are definitely streamers that can't. I think I do okay most of the time, but I've got my own issues that I need to deal with and work through. Ian can go long stretches without reading chat, and then he'll go back and he'll read, um, and he'll respond to stuff that you said like 10, 15 minutes ago. It's kind of funny. He has a big chat though. All right, well let's do it all, shall we? I mean, I like that they're blocking each other. That's all. It's always lovely to see them block each other. It's always lovely to see them block each other, right? What do you think there? I felt certain there was going to be a heart there on the river, but the chop works. Let's pop down here for a second, where I've just picked up kings in the Launchipoo. Our second shot of the day at a stratosphere ticket. We've already secured one in the cent roll. Now we're just trying to take down that win, everybody. Now we're just trying to take down that lovely little win in the cent roll, because, you know, eesh. That was a bad call by us. I mean, it wasn't a terrible call by us, but think I checked that back. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep betting the ace or not, actually. This is the problem with not betting the ace. Doesn't matter if he's got an ace or not, he's repping it now. Yeah, okay, what the fuck. Take my kings, please. Indeed you can, shopper. Indeed, that is an option that is possible. I have done it. There are days I've not done it. And I typically, there are days I typically regret my life choices, and this would be one of them. I just folded. I mean, I couldn't even show you guys. I was too embarrassed to show you guys. I just folded pocket deuces on a three-handed table. Flop came deuce, king, king. Yeah, right. I mean, that's definitely good. I'm still around for. I'm definitely still around for a bit. I've got both of the mothership games still going. We're three ways here in the cent roll, so it's not going to last long, I wouldn't think. Fuck, that was not what I planned to do. I planned to shove, but we can just do that now, right? But I'm also in the Turbo Deep Stack PKO and the €2 Phase 1 game where I'm maybe looking to book a small stack or maybe looking to find a spot to get my money in and see if I can't get a bigger stack to bag at some point. So I'm still in for a little bit of time at least. I don't plan to go super late today. Other things to do. But probably calling this off if it was a shove to me. Do I bet queen high here for value? I mean, it's pretty strong in this spot, right? Like, they don't have an ace. They never have an ace. Do they have a king here? They do have a king. They do have a king. I thought they could have a king. Well, they're probably folding a king if I bet, though. They probably think I banked the ace. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. And indeed, I echo the GGs, Ray. I echo the GGs. So what else can I tell you about Malta? What else can I tell you about Malta? Um, Loved the food. The food was great. Did not get much of a chance to eat Maltese food, I have to say. I ate mostly at restaurants in and around the casino, which were mostly kind of international themed restaurants, I guess you'd say, right? So you getting you can get um, same sort of pub food that you can get anywhere in the world. You get the same sort of meals you could get kind of anywhere in the world in a variety of spots. There was a lovely spot actually right across the street from my second hotel. Totally random. Did not plan this. This is one of the lovely things I like about kind of doing things in a random way as I go um, when I travel. Um, right across the street from the doorway of my second hotel was a row of um, street kiosks with um, a sushi place, another Japanese place, a Chinese place, a pizza place, um, and they were in, and a couple other spots in there as well. They were in between a, British Irish style pub on one end, and a sit down restaurant on the other end. All of which looked like they served the same. Well, no, the long haul on the end maybe wasn't part of the same. Maybe wasn't part of the same complex. Because when I was in there before, I only saw their stuff on the menu. But every time I sat down in the evening at the main restaurant, I got the sushi menu and I got the Chinese menu and I got the. So yeah, it was amazing. It was really good, and the sushi was really quite good. I was wondering if I should be eating sushi in Malta, but I guess it's safer than eating sushi in Alberta, which I do all the time. So, you know. Sweet Lift Boy, yeah, have not seen him in ages or heard from him in ages. Nice to know still around. That is cool. That is very cool. Alrighty, shopper. I am somehow still surviving for the most part, but I just timed out there in the cent roll. Look at us battle for this 6 cents here. 100% battling for this 6 cents. Not for the 6 cents, but for 6 cents. My shit's in the middle in the launch pad for the record. We're racing. Let's go down to the launch pad action. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! We get to double up. We stay alive for a shot at a second. Count them 2 Stratosphere tickets today. I am Boosterino in the €2 phase game. So once again, G fucking G Ellie in that one. G fucking G to the L in that one, everybody. We still got chances though. We still got chances. We can win. We can win a game today, everybody. Let's do that. I mean, we had them crushed in that hand, right? We had them fucking crushed in that hand. I keep misclicking call instead of all in, which is right above call on my screen. Well, that's fine. Second place. Nice hand. Well played. Nice hand to whoever that was. Addy666, YDA8, well done, 20 cents. And the Stratosphere ticket, I got 14 cents and the Stratosphere ticket. So I will 100% see you in the Stratosphere. I mean, you would have seen me in the Stratosphere 100%. Anyways, on Saturday. But in this case, I will be there for a ticket at least. Maybe I'll have a rebuy ticket too, because we're still alive here in the launch pad somehow. Yeah, those are always painful. Those are always a painful as a fuck. I have to admit, I was very calm when the 9 hit the window there in the mystery bounty. So the frustrating thing is, of course, like I'm in for 56K. I'm called by 2 bigger stacks than me. So when I win that hand, which I should do most of the time, um, I've got like 180K to start day 2, which isn't the biggest stack in the room, but it's definitely a stack that I can go deep with and take some bounties with early in the day. So yeah, but hey, that's the way poker goes, right? Next time I win there, and I'm sitting pretty. All right, I'm gonna hit the break, and I'm gonna come back and hit my share again, and we'll be back shortly. I'll see you soon. Do we have a dead? Oh, never mind. I just put my headset on exactly at a time when there was no noise coming from it. I was like, do we have a dead music cue? But indeed, we do not. Indeed, we do not. I did see one guy trying to drive a brand new looking Corvette on the streets in Malta, which are quite narrow and quite bumpy. And I was like, dude, it's not going to look like a new Corvette for very long, I wouldn't think. It's very crowded as well, and the cars are very close together. So, like pretty much every car I saw, well, a good percentage of cars I saw had like little dings and shit like that on them. So, like interesting, and that car was much wider than most of the vehicles that I saw on the road. Also, didn't seem to know how to drive it up hills. As I was watching, we were watching him go up the hill, or I'm assuming You see a brand new Corvette driving around in a place like that, you just make the assumption that it's a male behind the wheel, right? That it's somebody who identifies as male behind the wheel. At least I do. Um, I mean, it's possible I'm wrong about that, but I'm almost positive I'm not. So he's going up the hill that we had to walk up to get to our hotel every night after the event was over. While we were working, it was just a short distance. It wasn't that big of a deal. Um, and he sped up and slowed down 3 times on the way up this 3/4 of a block total hill. Um, Clearly not really knowing how to work the clutch and the automatic or the standard transmission on a manual transmission on a sports car in that situation at that time. Another reason why I was pretty sure it's brand new, because I'm pretty sure it was like the first or the second time he'd ever driven the thing. And again, I'm just going to keep using he because 100%, 99.99976%, it's a he behind the wheel of that thing. They are a nice looking car, those new Corvettes, I have to say. I also have to say, for the newest design, my literal first reaction the first time I saw one, and still, as soon as I see one on the street, the first one until I go, oh, not quite, um, is that's a cool looking Ferrari. They go, oh no, that's not a Ferrari. That's the new Vet. So to me, it doesn't look like a Vet anymore. Every other Vet that's been around, whether I've liked it or not, I'm like, okay, that's a Vet. It looks like a Vet. Okay, it might not be my thing, but it looks like a Vet. This one looks like a Ferrari. I'm sorry, this one looks like a Ferrari. Sorry, people at Vet, unless that's what you were going for. This one looks like a Ferrari. It's probably the mid-engine design. I think this is the first mid-engine Corvette. So, and it's there's probably only so many ways you can make a nice mid-engine sports car, and Ferrari's probably found most of them, frankly. So. But yeah, totally looked out of place. Like it's always kind of an like look at my penis moment when you see one on the street, regardless. But it was like totally incongruous on the Malta streets trying to get up that hill. I just I just had to giggle. I just had to giggle. I'm like, dude, that car is gonna. I feel sorry for that car. I probably don't have to tell this to my largely European audience, but you probably don't want to rent a car if you go there. It is sort of the first impulse of a lot of North Americans when we travel somewhere. So we need a car because you need a car here, and it should be your first impulse if you're coming to Canada or the United States. If you do not rent a car, you will be, um, unless all you ever want to see is a small area around your hotel and a very poorly serviced public transit system in a major city around your hotel. Um, you're going to be very disappointed without a car. Um, that said, you'll find parking pretty much anywhere you go for it. If not free, then relatively cheap for the most part. With a few exceptions like Banff and you know actual like tourist sites and things like that. But like hotels almost always have free parking. Yada yada yada. So definitely get a car if you're coming to Canada. Definitely rent a car. Definitely do not rent a car. I would argue if you're going to Malta, it would be a total net negative. I don't think there's any place I could have parked at the hotel that we were at, anywhere near the hotel we were at, frankly, without paying an exorbitant amount of money by the look of things. Um, my friend who was there rented a car, and this first night that I saw him, um, I just happened to run into the casino. I'm like, Kelly, how you doing? He's like, yeah, I'm great. I'm just here doing this poker trip thing, and he grabs me and says, listen, I rented a car at the airport. Dumbest thing I've ever done. And I mean, I sort of worked that out like 2 minutes outside of the airport in the back of the cab. I was like, yeah, I'm glad I'm not driving. I'm glad I'm not trying to read a fucking GPS here to find this. And then when fucking tried finding the Jesus Christ, finding the hotel. No way would I have wanted to be trying to sort my way through a fucking city like that in a GPS and a car I was just getting familiar with. On the wrong side of the road, no less. It's so if you're in the UK, it'd be the right side of the road, but for me, it's the wrong side of the road. I had no idea until I landed that I was in a country that was that um, had their um, had their steering wheels on the right. But yeah, so I totally would not recommend you buy or rent a car if you go to Malta. Although, as I said, it's probably only a relevant statement for North Americans considering it. You can walk. I mean, again, but there's bus tours. The transit or the taxi was cheap. It was there's like flat fees to certain spots. Airport was 14 euros from the airport to the area where my hotel was. Um, very, very reasonable. Took us 20 minutes, 25 minutes to get there. About 15 to get to, well, 20, 25 to get to my hotel. About 15 to get to the airport back again because it was the middle of the night and there was less traffic. Um, but yeah, it was great. The bus. I don't know how much. I mean, I did pay 35 euros for the bus trip, so that was relatively expensive. But we were on the bus for 4 hours, and there wasn't that many of us, frankly. And there was we had the whole bus to ourselves. There was like a kind of a waste of a bus. We could have easily done it. Yeah, 100%. We could have easily done it in a minivan. Or at the very least a small bus. The big double decker bus was like complete overkill for us. Although she had no idea how many people would come when she booked the thing, so I think it was probably wise to book the big one regardless. But um, I'm guessing she probably didn't make money on this one. I guess I'm guessing it probably cost her more to book or cost the casino or the poker tour more to book the tour than. They got back in a few of us that showed up for the tour, but it was nice to see. Um, was in the third largest, so I'm told, anyways, third largest unsupported dome in the world. Mosta Dome. Nah. Yeah, you can have fun with that one, Chopper. Now, to be fair, actually, I had a buddy come over from the UK a while back, and yeah, I mean, we hung out and I drove him around, so he didn't need to. Yeah, you don't need to. If you're coming to see people, they'll have a car and they'll be able to get you around for the most part. So that's true enough. And I mean, to be fair, I do have to warn you. I have a vehicle where I am very comfortable in the driver's seat, and whoever's in the passenger seat in the front is going to be very comfortable as well. Um, but unless you're a 12-year-old child, I'm guessing you're not going to be very comfortable in the back seat, frankly. Um, or the size of a 12-year-old child. I mean, you don't actually have to be a 12-year-old child, or less. But maximum size of a 12-year-old child to even have a chance of being comfortable in that back seat. There is technically a back seat in my car, so it can technically seat four. Um, but yeah, I use that term technically very, very, very intently because I'm pretty sure I can't put four adults in that car. I am pretty sure I cannot put four adults in that car. At least not without inconveniencing two of those adults very severely. So as long as one of you is the size of a 12-year-old child or willing to fit into the space of the size of a 12-year-old child, you're welcome to ride. You're both welcome to ride with me. You're both welcome to ride with the Ellie. Good luck on the Buble, Night Chopper. To be fair, if you come to Canada in the wintertime, even if you've got snow tires on the vehicle that you're in, I don't want you driving on my city streets. Thank you very much. Just for self-preservation reasons. I'd be much happier having you ride in my vehicle, where I know how to drive on ice and snow. So I've been doing it for, I was going to say 57 years, but that would be a lie. I've been doing it for 43 years. Yeah, 14, I guess I started. Two years of a learner's permit from 14 to 16 and got my license shortly after I turned 16. It wasn't immediately after I turned 16, but shortly after. Right, well, shopper, I hope you're the size of a 12-year-old child because you're apparently in the back seat. You're apparently in the back seat, buddy. Busto launchy poo for the Ulster. I didn't get down there in time to let you guys see it, but we are done like dinner, everybody, in the launch pad. But we did secure ourselves a Stratosphere ticket in the cent roll today, so I don't want to be greedy. I can leave all six Stratosphere tickets in the launch pad to other players in the community. See y'all in the game on Saturday for sure. I will be there. I'm always there, but I will be there for sure. For 100% sure. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, if you use the shotgun, one of you can drive, the other one can sit in the passenger seat. You could just lay my body out across the back seat. And, I'm not really going to care if I'm comfortable or not, right? So I suppose if that's what's going through your brain. But, I prefer you not, do that, frankly, if you don't mind, because that wouldn't be cool. I don't have a shotgun anyways. You would have to acquire your shotgun elsewhere because the only shotgun that can possibly occur in this household is the acquisition of the right-hand seat in the vehicle. There are no other shotguns present. I was going to say I'm hesitant to tell you about the bow and arrow that's here, but frankly I'm not because I'm actually more, if somebody ever grabs that and tries to use it, I'm actually more concerned about their safety than I am my safety if they're pointing an arrow at me from a relative distance, because I'm pretty sure that string is going to explode if anybody tries to use it, because it hasn't been touched in years. So, knowing how these things work and dry out in a ridiculously dry climate like we have here in Alberta, Um, I don't have any concerns about anybody using that, except maybe as a club against me. That's the only way that they could use it against me, I think, at this point, because it would just explode in their face if they tried to use it to actually shoot an arrow at me. I definitely been thinking a lot about actually getting reconditioned. It occurred to me it's like a 40-year-old, 45-year-old almost vintage compound bow. That it occurs to me the guy at the bow shop might actually be kind of thrilled to have a look at. Um, that like pretty much hasn't been touched, and it's been moved around, but it's been in a case and hasn't been touched for fucking 30 or more years, 35 years maybe since it's been out of its case and shot by anything. Hence the reason why I wouldn't go anywhere near the fucking thing without an expert 100% looking at it and at least reconditioning and restringing it. I'm sure it has to be restrung at the very least. But probably some of the I'm sure I have to check the wood on the yeah, I'm sure the whole thing has to be very closely checked over before anybody tries to fucking shoot an arrow at a thing. A lot of people have no idea how dangerous, and I don't mean for people standing on the other side of the bow. It is for the person behind the bow, drawing it, shooting it. So if you if you ever have a bow in your hand and you draw back the bowstring, never ever 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 release that bowstring at tension without an arrow in there. Always bring it back with your hand like that. If you the I didn't believe it at the beginning, but the more I've shot arrows, the more I know. The force of it's all balanced, and if there's no arrow in that string, the force of it coming back, the bow is going to snap in your hand a lot of the time, and you're going to end up with wood splinters all through your arm and face. So never ever do always if you release a bowstring, always have an arrow there. Yeah, rent a shotgun so you don't have to rent. So if we were in the U.S., I'd be terrified. And we're in Canada. You ain't renting a gun here in Canada. I'm happy enough about that. If you guys want to go black market and like buy one that way, you can yeah, no issues. No issues at all. But you ain't renting no guns. You ain't renting no guns here in Canada. But yeah, I'm thinking about getting it reconditioned. At the very least, whether they'd be interested to see the bow or not, um, I'd at least be. I've been thinking a lot about getting it reconditioned and getting back into shooting. So it's very peaceful, or it can be very peaceful. I don't know. I have to look around. I know there's a couple of indoor clubs here in town. I'd love to find an outdoor range. I loved shooting the outdoor range in Calgary. It's like golf without the golf, basically. You're essentially walking around a golf course, targets that are anywhere between 15 and 50 meters away, up and down hills through tree lines and things like that. It's quite fun. I was never particularly good at it, but I could usually hit what I was shooting at roughly, if that makes sense. Usually hit the target. It'd take me at least a few weeks to get my ranging back again, figure out where I have to, because that's of course one of the things with that is you're never actually aiming where you're never actually aiming where you want your arrow to go. With something like that, there's always a trajectory that it follows, and you understand based on the power of your bow and the distance of the shot where that is above the target. And there are sighting systems that affect that or that work with that pretty well. But even with one of those, you have to spend half an hour or an hour sighting in your distances for every new bow, at least for every new bow that you get, and usually weather conditions. Nice, nice, nice. Well done. In the money in the Turbo Classic Shopper. One of the games I did not even look at playing today because we were full of UOS today. We're no longer full of UOS. We're playing one game now, down to just a single game. We did get the coveted, absolutely coveted Stratosphere ticket today. So that's good. And win or lose in poker, it's one of the things that I was kind of reminded of this morning. I watched a video about Yuri Gagarin's first space flight for the Soviet Union. And this statistic hadn't really sunk in to me before, but when he took his first space flight, the launch success rate for Soviet rocket launches was 50%. So we run a lot of flips in poker, right? 51, 49, 52, 48 for, big pots and big money prizes in the tournaments. This dude literally got into a 1960s era Soviet rocket to flip for his fucking life. Kind of I don't know, for me it puts things in, puts the whole poker thing in perspective a little bit, I think. There's risk and then there's risk, right? Ant-Man, good to see you, buddy. Welcome aboard. Always lovely to see you. Right in time for the Yuri Gagarin speech, I'm going to guess. Thank you, Yuri, for having a last name that always kicks in my stutter. Appreciate that, bud. GA sounds are particularly difficult for TA sounds can be difficult for me as well. I don't know. It's weird. It is weird. Well, really, you just wanna shove your fucking stock in there, do you? Just wanna shove your fucking stock in there, eh? Fine, cheesehead. Be a cheesehead. See if I care. I kind of do because it was, two big blinds my chips, but oh well. Although, to be fair, 50-50 inside of a Soviet 1960s era Soviet rocket may well have been better odds than he would have had he refused to get inside the 1960s Soviet era rocket, given the political climate of the 1960s in the Soviet Union, from what I've been able to gather. So, Yeah, maybe, I can might there's always it really all depends on the stakes on the other side too, right? Hope all is well with you, Ant-Man. I am safely back in Mothership Central after my whirlwind tour of Malta. Well, frankly, about 4 blocks worth of St. Julian's and a little bit of the island on a bus tour. Pretty whirlwind bus tour, frankly, as well. So, oh well. Definitely a place I wouldn't mind going back. A few spots I've been where I'm just like, okay, I've seen it and I'm good. There's other spots where wouldn't mind going back. Malta is one certainly on the list where I'm gonna go back if I get a shot. I'll be looking for package tickets and satellites and shit like that to play for Malta packages. I think in the near future if I'm not working them. Good chance I'll be working the Battle of Malta again, but we'll see. I'm not 100% sure, but I probably shouldn't even say that, but seems probable. Did I take a booty in this game that I didn't record? Why do I have 375 and other people only have 250? I think I might have missed taking a booty in this game. Indeed I did. Indeed I did. Well, how about that? How about that, everybody? Hell, I haven't even put this fucking game in the bankroll yet. What the hell? Right, so this is the €5 UOS number 14 dash L colon Turbo Deep Stack PKO. Well, there you go, everybody. We're doing better than we thought we were. That's never a bad thing, right? Happy about that. Yay, party for the shopper, party for the shopper. Sixes in this spot is now a fold. I was going to say sixes in this spot is an open shove, but it is not a call off for a bigger stack, I wouldn't think. I don't have the booty in play, so I'm not going to try double with that. I think I'm in bad shape most of the time. Racing at best. I don't mind racing at worst. Racing at best kind of sucks, frankly. Indeed, that is what he said. Buttons that should have been pressed were not pressed, I'm afraid to say, before the stream kicked off. I'll try to do better on Saturday. How's that? I'll try to do better on Saturday. This, on the other hand, open shove hand, all week long, everybody, every single day of the week. Twice on a Sunday. Wow, really? Really? You fucking knit roll me with kings there, buddy? You fucking knit roll me with kings there, buddy? Holy shit, cheesehead. Holy shit, cheesehead. That is a fucking net roll, everybody. That is. I mean, okay, I can have aces, but come on, that's a fucking net roll, right? You're fucking thrilled to get your money in with kings there, aren't you? Aren't you? It doesn't matter who you're playing against. Doesn't matter what the situation. You're fucking thrilled to get your money in with kings there, aren't you? You know, maybe you're not thrilled. Maybe you're fucking grumbling a little bit. Maybe you're like, oh, fuck these. But I mean, come on. Come on. Come on. Fucking net roll extreme there or what? Jesus. Slow roll maybe even? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Poker's fun, y'all. Poker's fun, right? Alrighty, we are done. We are done for the day. That was another brutal beat, courtesy of Elron. Well, no, actually, administered to Elron here at the end of the day. So thank you all for coming and joining me. I'll be back on Saturday for sure. I have a ticket for the Stratosphere. I hope you do too. If you don't, it just costs €5 to get in the game. 275 euros for sure in the prizes, but we always get at least a little bit more than that, and we usually get we sometimes get quite a bit more than that. 351 euros in the prizes last week. We've had more than 400. We've had more than 400 in there, so it's been it's a pretty good turnout usually. So come and play the game. 24 tickets given away every week here on my stream on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then we all get together and play the game on the Saturday. So I will see you then, because I'm going to stop babbling and just bring this in for a landing, as they say. This is your Captain Elron. Out. Ooh, carrot and parsnip stir fry.
For more vintage poker content from MotherShip Poker, click the subscribe button and check out the playlists for all of our old archived content, as well as the ads only cut from some of the early streams.